Clearly my child clearly my child's toys are not going to let me be great. Hey, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Don, and today's video is going to be about advice for early career social workers. It could really apply for multiple professions, but I'm speaking specifically to the social workers since I am a clinical social worker, and this page is really about, social work, lifestyle, mental health, academic and career talk. So I'm going to be specific to us today. So I'm just going to jump straight into it because I have a nice list. And the first thing is going to be getting yourself a therapist. Now, this is something that I should have done. Basically, everything that I list are, with the exception of two things, are things that I have not done in my career, and I have noticed negative repercussions because of it. So the first thing is going to be a therapist, because we do such heavy work that we need to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. We need to make sure that we are having a space to release all of the things that we hold in every single day, right? So we have to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves by receiving professional help to avoid burnout, compassion fatigue, as well as vicarious trauma, all of which I've experienced. And so get yourself a therapist so you can so you can be preventative. It could be preventative, it could be things that can be managed early on, and you can last in this profession, because I think one of the things that take us out of this profession is not having help, not having adequate support. There's only so much we can share with our friends. There's only so much we can share with our families. So I think it's important that we make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. The second thing is going to be getting yourself a mentor. I do have a video on that, so if you haven't checked out that video, please be sure to check it out in the description box below. But having a mentor is so important. This is another thing. So I did not have a therapist starting out. I still don't have a mentor, and let me tell you, it is so hard to navigate these things by yourself. That's why I'm so passionate about this work that I do. That's why I have provided mentorship. I don't charge for mentorship, but I do charge for services. So I love mentoring, and that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I know how much I could have benefited from having a mentor early on in my career. And I mean, I'm only 4 years post MSW, so I'm not a veteran by any means. Nonetheless, I still, I would love to have a mentor. I would love to, connect with someone in that way. And I do believe that I will, but that time just has not come for me yet. So I have been very intentional about just being persistent and making it happen on my own. But I don't want that for you all. That's why I'm so passionate about this. That's why this community exists. So if you aren't subscribed, subscribe and bring a friend along, because we're in this together, and we, seeing you all success stories really gives me strength to keep going. It lets me know that what I'm doing is worth it. And so, but a mentor can provide that encouragement and so much more. They can provide guidance for selecting your area of expertise and for really pursuing that in your career. So get yourself a mentor. The third thing, which is another thing that I did not do, is be intentional about who you select as your clinical supervisor. Who you have as your clinical supervisor is so important. It is going to make or break your experience as a clinician. And let me tell you why. basically it's going to make or break your experience as a clinician, because this is the person that you meet with often that is providing you and overseeing your caseload. So when you bring a concern to them, when you ask them questions, when you need to know how to do something, this is the person that answer those questions. And if they're inadequate, or if they're disinterested, or if they're not passionate about it, that's going to impact you. You're going to feel that. And it's going to impact your mood. It's going to impact your skill sets. It's going to impact your level of interest and passion for the field. So be intentional about who you select as a clinical supervisor. I am providing clinical supervision in the states of Illinois and Iowa. So if you're in those states and you're looking for a clinical supervisor, send me an email at donzellampkins@gmail.com. Also, this is super random. I like to incorporate some humanity and silliness. I'm pretty jovial in my personal life, and so I can't find it now. I don't know where the prop is, but I have taken the battery that's dead out of my fire extinguisher. So if you've watched like the last 4 or so videos and you heard the battery beep, just know that I am taking care of that. And hopefully we don't have a fire, but if we do, the smoke alarm will go off. But you don't have to hear the beep in this video, and hopefully you never hear it in another video after this video, but I can't make you any promises, because yeah, changing a fire alarm battery and finding a new one is apparently pretty challenging for our household. But the next thing is to be active. It is so important to be moving. It's so easy to get in the mundane routine of life. And especially for me, I'm thinking about when I first started out, I commuted for 2 years for an hour each way. So that's so easy. I'm already getting up at 6 o'clock to be on the road by 7 o'clock, to be there by 8 o'clock. And then I'm off at 5 o'clock on the road to make it home by 6 o'clock. That time is so easy to just, make an excuse to not be active, and to not, live an active lifestyle, that, we have to be intentional about combating that. So something I did was, I got a job that was 10 minutes away from my house, started biking to work. Sometimes I would walk to work, sometimes I would run to work, and that made such a difference. I made sure I got outside every day. It's currently December or January in this video, January 2021. I make sure that I go outside every day. I make sure that I am, I just got a gym membership, so going to the gym safely and doing just all of those different things, going sledding. We just went sledding. Watch that vlog if you haven't. I'll link it in the description box as well. But all of those things is so important, because it's going to improve our overall mood. We're going to feel it in our body. The body keeps score, and so we hold a lot of stress and a lot of trauma in our body, and being active is a great way to release all of that. So make sure that you are being active. The next thing is going to be journal and reflect. So this is one of the things that I did do, and as well as the other one. I think those are the only 2 things that I did. Make sure that you are doing that, because that's going to be so helpful for you. It's going to give you insight on what your interests are, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to try, what you don't want to try. All of those things are important for you. So make sure that you are doing that. Make sure that you are journaling and reflecting so you can see trends when you are expressing a concern. What are those trends? If there's things you like, what are those trends? What's happening? I have like a gratitude journal, and I try to write in it before work and after work, and I really find that helpful just to set the mood and then to also unwind for the day. So I would give that a try if I were you. Okay, 3 more things. Hang in there with me. The next one is going to be explore your specialty. This is, some people like being a generalist, and that's okay, but it takes exploring your specialty so you can see what is it that you like, what is it that you don't like, what is it that you would like to try, what is it that you would like to learn more about, and then go from there. So explore your specialty, and one way that you can explore your specialty is by joining a specific specialty organization. This is another thing that I have not done in the past. I was a member of NASW, but that's just a general membership. I have not been a member of like I'm interested in paternal mental health. I have not joined like a paternal mental health organization and like pursued CEUs in that specifically. So I think it's important to do things that you are specifically interested in. And this could be the same for journals, subscribing to specific journals, attending specific CEUs. Your job will try to say, and this is like a pro tip, your job will try to say, oh, we give one house CEUs and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of times those things are not really helpful for your work. And so it's okay to say, hey, if you work with youth, hey, I would really like to, be part of the Illinois School Social Work Association to have specific CEUs about working with underrepresented groups in urban settings, and just receive that specific training on whatever the case may be for you, for your specific population, and explicitly saying that to your employer. And so the last thing is going to be building a community. It is so important to have a community in the work that we do because we just do such hard work. And so it's important for us to have a community. It's important for us to, have unity and camaraderie. And so that is actually something that I am interested in creating. So if that's something that you are interested in, if you would be interested in joining like a small social work community, send me an email. I am going to create an email list and just see what we can come up with at donzellampkins@gmail.com, and I'd love to see how I can get us together, because there is a nice size and it's a pretty intimate size, and I think that we could really do some meaningful work and build a meaningful community off of this platform. So that's all for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment in the comment section below. What's one piece of advice that you needed to hear from today's video? Thanks so much for watching, and until I see you next time, be you, be great.